Hi everyone, it's time for a news dump.
Yeah, wow, hey look, sure as hell sounds like the DC universe is officially beyond fucked. And guys, it never brings us pleasure to say any of this. But yeah, the latest news or rumors or half-truths or whatever coming out of the DC movieverse is that both Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck are done as Superman and Batman. And even if this isn't completely true, the fact that this is being discussed by serious news outlets and days later has not been fully clarified by anybody at Warner Brothers is troubling.
Oh, let's just see how this goes, is what their strategy seems to be. It's a good strategy if they're like, let's prove how much people actually like Henry Cavill as Superman. Once you take him away, people are freaking out.
We should fire Henry Cavill. Change my mind.
Yeah. Of course, by the time this airs, maybe everything could have changed again. But as of right now, here's what's apparently happening. According to a story published by The Hollywood Reporter on Wednesday, trusted sources tell them that contract negotiations between Warner and Henry Cavill for a cameo appearance in Shazam have completely broken down, and there are currently no other plans for Cavill as Superman on the DC movie slate. Apparently, Warner has shifted its focus onto a Supergirl movie, which will be an origin story taking place sometime in the past. What, an origin story? They should just start out halfway through her story and go from there. So, it being an origin story, it means it won't make sense to have the same actor playing Superman, I guess. So the article also says that Warner Brothers is looking to treat Batman and Superman similar to James Bond, with new actors filling the roles every few years, and that Affleck will not be starring in the Matt Reeves Batman movie. We had previously assumed that. And also,
he's like in rehab right now.
Yeah.
Like, to be clear, this is all based on the word of unnamed trusted sources at Warner, but Hollywood Reporter generally does not publish anything unless they're pretty damn sure it's accurate. So this is either true or pretty close to the truth. Now, upon publication of that story, though, Warner issued a statement saying, "We have a great relationship and great respect for Henry Cavill that continues to remain unchanged. Additionally, we have made no current decisions regarding any upcoming Superman films," which is basically the weakest denial that they could possibly give, since there weren't any Superman films on the release slate to begin with. They're literally saying nothing's changed. Superman is still not part of our plans at all.
Yeah, it's, especially from the outside looking in, it does seem like a mess. And you got to imagine that Cavill, with all the roles that he's getting, specifically coming off of Mission Impossible, which was great.
Yeah, he's
probably just like, well, or just like, hey, what are we doing? Because I'm filling up my entire career with movies, and I'd really like to know what's going on. And you'd imagine they'd be like, we don't have any plans right now, but hold tight. And it's just like, well, I can't be in a holding pattern. I'm about to play.
Oh wait, who's calling me? Kevin Tsujihara?
Pass. Meanwhile, Cavill's agent Danny Garcia wrote this on Twitter: "Be peaceful. The cape is still in his closet. WB Pictures has been and continues to be our partners as they evolve the DC universe. Anticipate a WB statement later today," referring to that half-assed statement that we just read a second ago.
Not a very not a confident denial.
A real will he, won't he?
They haven't made him return the cape that he owns. He likes being Superman.
Meanwhile,
there's your statement.
Where is Nicolas Cage's cape?
Probably in Kevin Smith's house somewhere.
Or in a storage locker about to be sold for $1 million.
Yeah.
Just like his copy of Action Comics 1. Adding more confusion to all this was an Instagram post from Henry Cavill in which he wears a Krypton lifting team shirt and lifts a Superman action figure into frame while the classical song The Blue Danube Waltz plays, except it's a version featuring dogs singing. He really knows how to work Instagram in his favor. He doesn't say a word during the whole video, and the caption merely says, "Today was exciting, #Superman."
He's just fucking with people.
They backed up a whole Brinks truck to my house, filled with gold bars and gold iPhones. How could I say no?
And Superman action figures. It looks just like me. I'm Henry Cavill. On Thursday, TMZ of all places offered a pretty believable perspective on all this, with their sources telling them that this is all just being blown out of proportion because, again, there aren't and weren't any further standalone Superman or Justice League movies even in development. Cavill and WB had, in fact, failed to come to an agreement over a Shazam cameo because Cavill felt that he was owed more money. But if the price is right in the future, he's totally down to play Superman again. Also, Shazam is presumably mostly finished shooting, and this was just some afterthought that they were going to tack onto it.
Yeah.
So even if that's all true, though, this assumes that DC is going to greenlight another Superman in the near future, which they, I guess, might do, but they very easily might not, given the fact that they do have a number of other DC movies already in various stages of development.
Yeah.
And not a Superman movie in there.
Cavill was like, I want to get paid more for this Shazam thing. And they're like, well, we're focusing on Supergirl now because we can, get a 20% discount. Just based on typical statistics
We
and
kind of hired you because you had like one acting credit on that show, The Tudors.
he does
were
look like
cheap.
Superman though in the classic sense
He
from
does!
the comics, so it's fine.
It's a damn shame because in better hands, he really could have
Done great.
Really could have done some work with this. But
So who the hell knows? Now, for what it's worth, Henry Cavill's career, as we said, is going great. No problems there. Don't lose any sleep over Henry Cavill.
I think he's fine.
He seems pretty stoked to be starring in The Witcher. So hey, good for him. Just sucks for the audiences and fans that the DC movie universe can never seem to catch its stride without some sort of setback. One step forward, 5 steps back.
Yeah.
Shazam looks great though. So at the very least, Shazam, Wonder Woman
It took
1984.
Marvel 10 years to have a James Gunn scandal.
Yeah.
DC has just been like a mess from the beginning.
The biggest
It's
mess
weird.
Marvel really had was that Iron Man 3 wasn't that great, and Edgar Wright got booted from Ant-Man. So it's like,
But Ant-Man came out and people still loved it.
yeah, it was still great. The sequel I didn't like very much, but you know, it's okay to have a few stinkers. But when every movie sucks,
Yeah.
there's a problem. It's a big problem. Anyways, yeah, Shazam, Wonder Woman 1984, very promising. Aquaman though, yikes, 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 yikes,
No, thank
yikes, 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 holy shit. Woo, hoo, wow. My reaction is just like, who's excited for this?
I don't know. It's like you gotta like really go out of your way to make like me not excited to see Jason Momoa with his like shirt off just kicking ass.
Yeah.
Sort of like the thing he does best. But I just have no fucking interest in this movie.
I'm gonna
whatsoever.
have to like, and I try not to watch as many trailers as possible, but I'm gonna have to see a few more to really lock me in on going to see Aquaman day one. Yeah. So
It's gonna take about 20 more Imagine Dragons songs to get me.
we would love
attention here.
to be wrong about Aquaman, and what a great surprise it would be if it was
Delightful.
yeah, just a delightful, fun movie. But so far, hesitant, I guess would be the word.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know what's fun? Conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Let's have a little fun conspiracy.
Yeah, here's a fun conspiracy that has just enough of what could appear to be the truth to it that it makes a whole lot of sense. Now, put your tinfoil hats on, guys. Over the years, Netflix has made a few changes to the way that its user ratings and review system works, with the original system consisting of a traditional 5-star rating system that didn't really work the way that users would have initially suspected.
No.
Now, Netflix would show you a star rating based on what their analytics thought that you would rate the show or movie. They did this by analyzing what you had previously liked or watched and bundled that together with other similar users' reviews, giving you an idea of whether or not you'd enjoy whatever piece of content you were interested in watching.
So this was pretty confusing because typically when you see a review metric like that of the option of 5 stars, you would assume that it was a collection of data representing how everyone on the platform was rating the video without taking into account your viewing history at all. It's like if you go on Amazon and look up a rating, it's based on all of the users. It's not based on your browsing habits, as far as I know. So it seems pretty even-handed. This kind of like tilts the scale a little bit.
I mean, I understood how it worked and I liked it. I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Except when they would be like, they'd show me a real stinker and be like, we're pretty sure Elliot would give this 5 stars. I'm like,
you don't
who
know
do you
me.
think I am, Netflix?
The damn dog's been watching.
It was always because I was giving someone else my password and they were fucking up my analytics.
Your dad has a bad taste in movies.
I don't know. Don't
anyways,
share your password.
Because the 5-star thing was such a weird way to do it, Netflix eventually changed this over to the thumbs up, thumbs down system, which is what most people were more used to when you're expecting to receive suggestions based on what you like. It's how Pandora worked and still works and, you know, got a lot of traction in the music streaming industry. It's very simple. If you like that, you assume that you're going to find more things that you like or be suggested that. When you rate something 5 stars, you're just like, okay. In the old system, it would be safe to say that people would just assume that if you rated something between 1 and 5 stars, you're just tossing that on the review pile.
Yeah.
With the thumbs up, thumbs down approach, it obviously felt like you were using it to open yourself up to more suggestions based on your likes and dislikes. So, as sad as it was to see the 5-star thing go, at least this one made sense for the general public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so aside from both of those things, there's always been a user review feature for people watching on desktop so they could provide actual reviews outside of a star rating and thumbs up or down. This feature, which had been around since the company was launched, it's now gone for good as of a few weeks ago, and it's no longer accessible to anyone who is even still using it.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember the full review system, but since Netflix became far more prominent on TV, thanks to game consoles and other devices, you're not watching it on your computer all that much, everyone kind of forgot all about it. Apparently, though, a few diligent movie watchers were still using that review feature and wondering why no one was reading it. So
finally, my voice can be heard.
But so why would they do away with this this product that apparently some people were still using? Well, according to cordcutting.com, for all your cord cutting needs, the answer is most likely that pretty much all of Netflix's original content had a steady decline in user reviews since they started launching originals years ago.
So using data collected from the Netflix website, Cord Cutting stated that, quote, the productions in aggregate saw review scores slip by 24% from their 2012 high as more and more of Netflix's originals garnered mediocre or outright bad reviews. So why would Netflix keep something around that just blasted their offerings directly to their subscribers? It makes total sense from a business standpoint, especially when, aside from a few select new shows and movies, it's pretty obvious that Netflix has just decided to throw a ton of shit at the wall to see what sticks.
They go in the strip club and they throw money at all the girls.
Yeah.
They're not even looking at them. They're like, you strip? Okay, good.
Here we go. So yeah, it makes sense that Netflix would be like, why are we keeping these around when people are just blasting us nonstop?
Yeah, makes sense.
Netflix themselves, they haven't said that this is the reason why they did away with it. They just cited a decline in users who actually use the review feature, which is probably accurate. There's most likely truth in both of these statements, but oh well, too bad. Now you're gonna have to go listen to some elite critic
Actually,
to hear their opinions about what's worth watching instead of looking up real reviews from real salt-of-the-earth people who know exactly what they're talking about and are never wrong.
my name's Bill. I'm a plumber in Kansas City, Missouri. And I actually like Billy Madison. I give it 5 stars.
Yeah. You know what movie that really toots my horn? Bright.
All right, now for some bad news.
Yeah.
Although, Venom's going to be rated PG-13, which is a completely predictable move that anyone could have seen coming.
Yeah.
But it just shows you how completely out of touch and unwilling to take any risks some of these studios are, especially when you have multiple examples of rated R movies breaking box office records. Venom really deserved to be R-rated, simply on the source material. How is he going to use that big mouth now if it can't be rated R?
Venom, what that mouth do?
And if this had gotten an R rating, we think it probably would have built up far more hype than just toning everything down so they could get a PG-13 rating with maybe
fine.
one fuck in there.
Yeah, because the blood's not red, it's black. So it's fine, it's PG-13.
Yeah.
Symbiotes.
Not that we were ever too excited for Venom,
No.
but now our interest in the film has gone from, okay, maybe I'll see it, to, unless this thing is an undeniable masterpiece that people can't stop talking about, hard pass.
Yeah, I just... Meh.
Yeah, I don't... a lot of people are very excited about this.
Here's the thing.
Good for you.
I think if you... The way I look at it is if you have a bit of nostalgia for the Tobey Maguire era of Spider-Man movies and the way those played out in the style of action movie, comic book hero, I think you're going to get what you're looking forward to in Venom. It seems like a movie that was made 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Guys, hey, you know what? You want ready to have your mind blown? We are Venom. It's not just one thing. It's the combination of both.
Whoa.
And he's got a big old mouth with a whole lot of teeth.
I'm honestly more excited for the Venom porn parody than the actual movie, because
Should be
he's
great.
going to use that big old tongue in all sorts of weird ways, that big old mouth.
Yeah.
Going to be symbioting all over the place. It's going to squirt black shit on the camera.
Yeah, it's going to be really entertaining.
Yeah.
That's not all the bad news, though, because buckle up. You're getting at least another decade worth of content from the Walking Dead universe.
No!
And that's whether you like it or not. Now, okay, we know that there's still a very dedicated fan base for this show, which ironically will never fucking die. But the amount of content that they're able to beat out of this rotting corpse, astonishing. Simply humbling. The ratings for the original show, The Walking Dead, they've been in a free fall since the end of season 6, and I'm surprised people stuck around that long. I made my exit in season 4.
I think mine did in 3. I was just like, fuck this. Nothing's happening. How do you make a zombie show boring, you fucks?
Yeah. The season 2, I was just like, this is pretty boring. And season 3 was like,
God.
oh, this is maybe they're turning it around. And then, nope, this sucks.
Yeah.
Anyways, our opinions aside, the lead of the show, Andrew Lincoln, he's already announced that he's leaving the show, and the spin-off, Fear the Walking Dead, has already had a bunch of its main cast bow
That one's
out.
still on?
I think it's in a holding pattern now. Currently.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't matter, Elliot, because you're getting more no matter what.
This is like the Big Bang Theory of like zombie shows.
And even that's ending.
It's just like, yeah, that one's ending, but like with Big Bang Theory and Walking Dead, like, I don't know if I know someone personally in my life who watched either of those shows at all. But someone, somewhere out there in America, there are
loving it.
Tens of millions of people who are still on that fucking train.
Yeah.
Wild. Well, anyway, so what are they gonna do for another 10 years? Fuck if we know, but they really do think they have a whole unexplored universe on their heads, because at a recent conference, the CEO of AMC was quoted as saying, "The Walking Dead is a universe, and we have a plan to manage over the next decade plus." Plus!
Yeah, I know, right?
That plan is a careful plan to respect the world of the fans of that world. That's, what? So, it might go on even more than a decade. Okay.
It's beyond
I
comprehension
don't know
for
if
me.
they're crazy or I'm crazy.
I know
Am I
that
being
there are
gaslit right now?
There are still very hardcore, very dedicated fans. Yeah.
They're called Deadheads, and they follow the show every episode. They follow it from town to town.
Like zombies.
Yeah.
Slowly walking to the next episode. I can't wait to see what happens. Where can they go from here? But
Look, the first 3 or 4 seasons were acceptable. They were fine. But just end this thing. One in the head. Put it down.
yeah.
We know a lot
Or
of people.
double tap it.
Yeah,
Get the
double
fear
tap.
of Walking Dead and Walking Dead at once.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people love Breaking Bad, us included. But if that show just kept on going, it would have undoubtedly turned stale.
Yeah.
That was what, 5 seasons?
Perfect.
What the fuck is going on with American media companies thinking they gotta stretch everything out well beyond its welcome?
Well,
Like
I
The
think the thing
Simpsons is still on the air, paying their actors millions of dollars. Who the fuck is watching this shit?
So what I think is, it's like, okay, even if Walking Dead, and I haven't looked up the latest ratings, but say Walking Dead's even getting bare minimum like 1 million viewers on whatever night it airs, like you look at it from AMC standpoint, and they're like, that's 1 million more viewers that are watching it that we would lose by canceling it. Or if we launched a new risky show, like who's gonna watch it?
I guess it's just very cynical and
Uninspired.
yeah, it's just you're there's nothing creative about it. Yeah, I don't know. So that's okay. Well, yeah, guys, if you go by the way we think, you would say enough is enough and be happy with what you've done and leave a nice legacy behind. But that's not what they're doing.
Anyways,
Go watch *Halt and Catch Fire*.
way better show.
Not around anymore though.
Well, you have a lot to catch up on.
I think they had like 3 solid seasons though.
And it's fine. Done.
1, 2, 3. You're out of there.
Get done. You can't stay in the 80s forever.
Yeah, I started. It's always shocking to me when I watch something like British, because their seasons are all so tight. Like I've been watching the IT Crowd when I go to bed at
Well,
night.
publicly funded, Elliot.
There's 24 episodes. And in those 24 episodes, they did more justice to like a nerd comedy show than The Big Bang Theory did over the course of 10 seasons.
Yeah. Just take a look at British Black Mirror versus American Black Mirror. Now, there are some standouts. For sure, some standouts of great Netflix-produced Black Mirror episodes.
But the British one was perfect.
They just seem to keep like hitting that same bell every time now. They're just like, hey, what if...
But who was phone?
Yeah. Anyways, we finally got a trailer for The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
I'm Buster Scruggs.
Buster and Scruggs! We're trying to find the clip where we basically wrote the show.
Yeah.
But
I don't think we were that far off either.
All of our videos, pretty much, except for the last 6 months, have been deleted from the old channel, so it's hard. I did put a request in to see if we could find it.
Submit a ticket.
So if we did find it, here it is now. Our explanation of what Buster Scruggs was from forever ago.
Buster Scruggs.
It's just me, Buster Scruggs here.
That's weird. It's not the voice I pictured. But anyway,
What
Joel,
did you picture?
Buster Scruggs.
I'm Buster
Buster Scruggs. Not, hi, I'm Buster Scruggs.
Hey, it's me, Buster Scruggs. I got the latest issue of the newspaper right here. And you're on the cover.
I'm Buster Scruggs. You're not the real Buster Scruggs.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait
I
and
drink
find
a
out.
lot of whiskey and I go pew 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 with my pistols.
What are you talking about, bud? I'm your local newspaper delivery boy, Buster Scruggs. Really? We'll have to wait and see which one is more accurate.
The series itself will feature 6 tales about the American frontier. I win.
No, they needed newspaper delivery boys that were young and scrappy back
Hey,
in
I
the
seem
old-
to be lost out here in the frontier. I'm Buster Scruggs.
You'll be fine one day, Buster.
The train to Brooklyn must have taken a left turn and gotten me out here to the frontier.
Yes, people traveled from the East Coast to find during the gold rush.
You seem lost out here. I'm Sheriff Buster Scruggs. What's your name, sir?
Why, I'm Buster Scruggs, sir. I might have got lost out here.
Well,
but
this is an unlikely partnership we have here. Just think of the adventures we'll go on with your fish out of water experience here in the Old West and my intolerance for people outside of the Old West.
Well, I may not know much about survival, but I'm hungry for work and I'm willing to do anything. They say there's gold in them there hills.
Well, I don't know much about college or reading and writing, but I know how to catch a horse.
Why, with my city smarts and your real world abilities, we're unstoppable. Buster and Scruggs. The Legend of Buster and Scruggs. Oh, God.
Anyway.
It's not going to be about that at all.
Why, that's my name as well.
Darn tootin'. New York City. Oh, God.
You teach me how to read and write, I'll teach you how to skin a squirrel.
And together they became the strongest duo in all of American history. Now, The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, it's a movie that we've obviously been very, very excited for since the beginning, and we didn't really know anything about except the title, because Buster Scruggs is just a fun name to say out loud.
Buster Scruggs.
We did a whole bit about it back on that channel. Maybe the footage is lost, maybe we showed it. Well, whatever. Anyways, this is a Netflix original movie, which, yeah, as we've gone over today already, not a great sign sometimes. Although I heard that Alfonso Cuarón's new Netflix movie is phenomenal.
It seems that, like, from what the sound of it, 6 months to a year ago, they made a very deliberate decision. They're like, people say our movies fucking suck. We need to buy up a bunch of like festival awards winning. Yeah. So they have a number of movies coming out this fall that look like legitimately good.
It seems like they're going, hey, let's get like amazing directors to do a passion project or buy those films that represent that. Anyways, this is a film from Joel and Ethan Coen, the Coen brothers. And it not only looks great, it also premiered at the Venice Film Festival last week and got overwhelmingly positive reviews. So it's time to get excited about a Netflix movie or two.
Yeah, so when this was originally announced last year, it was intended to be a 6-part series. But at some point, they decided to just make it a feature film with 6 different stories in it, which was probably a great idea. And they're even giving it the rare Netflix original movie theatrical release.
Probably for awards.
Yeah,
you have to do it.
Exactly. Well, it won the screenwriting award at Venice, so maybe they're trying to get a nominator for the Oscars. Anyway, the cast here is damn great with James Franco, Liam Neeson, Tom Waits, Brendan Gleeson, Tim Blake Nelson, Stephen Root, Zoe Kazan, and plenty more recognizable faces.
Hey, Tom Waits. All right, what do I got to do for this role? Just be you. Put a cowboy hat on and be you.
Got it. Tom Waits checking in.
Perfect. And that's a wrap on Tom Waits.
Wait, what? Somebody give Tom Waits a pack of unfiltered cigarettes.
Do you know Tom Waits deliberately destroyed his vocal? He had a very beautiful, angelic voice as a young man, and he hated it. So he literally took up like chain smoking and like alcoholism to ruin his voice. Well, that's dedication to the craft.
That's art, baby. He's an artist.
Yeah, so anyway, the Coen brothers, they definitely know their shit when it comes to Westerns, having made True Grit and then a bunch of other movies heavily influenced by the Western genre. Yeah. So this looks like it'll be worth a watch when it comes out to Netflix on November 16th.
I'm excited. I love Coen brothers. Even their bad films are good films.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. They just have a they have a way of looking at the world that I appreciate.
Yeah, a very good just eye for great cinema.
Yeah.
So excited. But next in trailers, sort of. Two brothers have apparently been working on a shot-for-shot live-action remake of Toy Story 3 for several years now, and they've released a trailer for the unfinished project over on YouTube. The site actually not over on, you're on it now. So this looks like it was an absolutely insane amount of work to take on as just an amateur passion project, especially the stop-motion aspect. But even the design of Andy's room, totally spot on.
They basically just had to live in Toy Story 3 for like 5 years.
Yeah, and some of the stop motion is like, it could be better, and maybe they shot that before, and then they realized it started looking good, so they really went intricate with it.
Well, have you ever tried making stop motion?
It's very hard.
Even janky stop motion is a pain in the ass.
But there are shots in this with like the full cast of characters
from
the
they're
movie
all
where
like talking.
It's really good.
Wild.
They've apparently been documenting the whole process on their Facebook page, going all the way back to 2013. They say they have a plan to finish the project by sometime next year, as long as Disney doesn't sue the shit out of them. They've now grown up and they have lots of adult responsibilities to attend to, so they're trying. It should serve as a lesson. If you've got a cool idea, better act on it while you're still young, because once real life hits, your free time gonna grind to a halt.
Yeah, then all your toys die.
Yeah, that's what happens.
They get sent to the incinerator. Dead.
Dead.
That's how it ended, right?
I think so.
That's the ending I saw.
Yeah.
The toys die and then boom, credits.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Woody. Anyway, that's our show. Please check out the latest episode of Weekly Weird News where, well, if you guys like the Beatles, you're going to love the story about two of them jacking off in a room together for fun.
And then check out an episode where we talk about EA breaking the law.
Bow, bow.
And also Blackout, apparently great. I got to play it on PC today, and thumbs up so far.
I'm going to go give that a whirl myself.
Why, my name's Han Solo, too.
Oh, well, there's only room for one Han Solo in this galaxy.
You know all about smuggling and swashbuckling. I know all about reading and writing.
And making love to the ladies.